Good evening, Nubian gods and goddesses. It's TB Bahid. I am in Black Living Room Talk tonight. And it's been some time, and I've been eager to get back in here and get on this subject of the social perception of skin color in Japan by Hiroshi Wagatsuma. I um I hope that you can bear with me with my hoarse voice because after I caught this cold, that is what happened. And so I couldn't come on and read at all. And so I'm still trying to get the rest of the hoarseness to leave me alone. So I want to read 2 pages of this today, and it's and discuss it. It's the oh, and by the way, please, this is my I want them to know as well. This is my free podcast music, copyright free. I just want to put that out there before they, have something to say. But anyway, so the social perception of skin color in Japan. Long before any sustained contact with either Caucasoid Europeans or dark skinned Africans or Indians, the Japanese valued white skin as beautiful and deprecated black skin as ugly. Their spontaneous responses to the white skin of Caucasoid Europeans and the black skin of Negroid people were an extension of values deeply embedded in Japanese concepts of beauty. From past to present, the Japanese have always associated skin color symbolically with other physical characteristics that signify degrees of spiritual refinement or primitiveness. Skin color has been related to a whole complex of attractive or objectionable social traits. It might strike some as curious that the Japanese have traditionally used the word white, shiroi, shiroi, to describe lighter shades of their own skin color. The social perception of the West has been that the Chinese and Japanese belong to a so called yellow race, while the Japanese themselves have rarely used the color yellow to describe their skin. White skin has been considered an essential characteristic of feminine beauty in Japan since recorded time. An old Japanese proverb states that white skin makes up for 7 defects. 7 defects, really? A woman's light skin causes one to overlook the absence of other desired physical features. I don't see how that can be possibly so. And I know it's not so. These days, we know it's not so. That is just not. Well, back then, to them, it was so. During the Nara period, 710 to 793, court ladies made ample use of cosmetics and liberally applied white powder to the face. Cheeks were rouged. Red beauty spots were painted on between the eyebrows and at the outer corners of both the eyes and the lips. Eyelids and lips were given a red tinge. Both men and women removed their natural eyebrows and penciled in long, thick lines, emulating a Chinese style. It seems like some people are taking off their eyebrows now and drawing and putting thicker eyebrows on by pencil or some type of, using hair, to, fake hair as well. It's like, why? Some of them, you know, don't look right either. And either they're too thin or they're too thick. I see some too close, kind of close together. I don't know, but they're kind of doing that now. Um, the custom of blackening teeth spread among the aristocratic ladies. And the next period, 794 to 1185, when the court was moved to the new capital of Hang, Kyoto, countless countless references were made in both illustration and writing to round-faced, plump women with white, smooth skin. Necessary necessary to beauty was long black straight hair that draped over the back and shoulders without being tied. One can illustrate this conception of white skin as a mark of beauty from The Tale of Genji by Lady Murasaki, a romance of the first decade of the 11th century. I'm going to read it in a few minutes, a little bit of it. I hope I'm saying it right. I hope I'm saying their names right. Her color of skin was very white, and she was plump with an attractive face. Her hair grew thick but was cut so as to hang on a level with her shoulders, very beautiful. Her color was very white, and although she was emaciated and looked noble, there still was a certain fullness in her cheek. She was emaciated. In her personal diary, the same author depicted portraits of several court ladies. Lady Dainagon is very small, but as she is white and beautifully round, she has a taller appearance. Her hair is 3 inches longer than her height. Lady Senji is a small and slender person. The texture of her hair is fine, delicate, and glossy, and reaches a foot longer than her height. A foot longer than her. Okay. Lady Naji has beauty and purity, a fragrant white skin with which no one else can compete. Writing writing about the year 1002 in essays called The Pillow Book, the court lady Sei Shonigan described how she despised hair not smooth and straight and envied beautiful, very long hair. In The Tale of Glory, presumably written in 1120 by Akazumi Emin, a court lady, two beautiful women of the prosperous Fujiwara family are depicted, one with her hair 7 or 8 inches longer than her height, and the other with her hair about 2 feet longer than her height, and her skin white and beautiful. From the 8th to the 12th century, the bearers of Japanese cultural refinement were the court nobility who idled their lives away in romantic love affairs, practicing the arts of music and poetry. The whiteness of untanned skin was the symbol of this privileged class, which was spared any form of outdoor labor. From the 11th century on, men of the aristocracy applied powder to their faces just as the court ladies did. So the men were using makeup. The men were using makeup. In 1184, the warriors took the reins of government away from the effete courtiers and abruptly ended the court's rather decadent era. To protect the samurai virtues of simplicity, frugality, and bravery, the warriors set up headquarters in the frontier town of Kamakura, located far away from the capital. The warriors maintained Spartan standards, as is evidenced in the many portrait paintings showing rather florid or swarthy countenances. Women still continued, however, the practices of toiletry established previously in the court. In 1333, the warriors' government was moved from Kamakura back to Kyoto, where the Ashikaga shogunate family emulated court life and re-established an atmosphere of luxury among the ruling class. Standards of feminine beauty still emphasize corpulence of body, white skin, and black hair, which in this period was worn in a chignon. Preference was voiced for a woman with a round face, broad forehead, and eyes slightly downturned at the corners. By this time, the old court custom of penciling eyebrows and blackening teeth had become incorporated into the puberty rites practice for both boys and girls. Such rights were principally held by the warrior class, but were later adopted by commoners. The writing of Yoshida Kinko, a celebrated poet and court official who became a Buddhist monk in 1324, exemplifies the continuing preoccupation this period had with the white skin of women. Yoshida wrote the following in his Essays of Idleness. The magician of Kume, as the legend runs, lost his magic power through looking at the white leg of a maiden washing clothes in a river. This may well have become the white limbs and skin of a woman, cleanly plump and fatty, are no more external charms but true beauty and allure. Following a chaotic political period, the Tokugawa feudal government was established in 1603. It was to last until the modern period of Japan, more than 250 years. Changes occurred in the ideals of feminine beauty during this period of continuing peace. Gradually, slim and fragile women with slender faces and upturned eyes began to be preferred to the plump, pear shaped ideal that remained dominant until the middle of the 18th century. White skin, however, remained an imperative characteristic of feminine beauty. Ibara Sakaku, 1642 to 1693, a novelist who wrote celebrated books about common life during the early Tokugawa period, had the following to say about the type of female beauty to be found in Kyoto and Osaka. A beautiful woman with a round face, skin with a faint pink color, eyes not too narrow, eyebrows thick, the bridge of her nose not too thin, her mouth small, teeth in excellent shape and shining white. A woman of 21, white of color, hair beautiful, attired in gentleness. Thanks to the pure water of Kyoto, women remain attractive from early childhood, but they further improve their beauty by steaming their faces, tightening their fingers with rings, and wearing leather socks in sleep. They also comb their hair with the juice of the Sane Kazura root. Sane Kazura root. Hmm. So I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm gonna do some research on that Sane Kazura root. It's spelled Sanekazura root. So it was good to be back with you guys this evening with that chapter. Um, I will be reading another chapter, the next part of the chapter. I'm gonna try to do it. Excuse me. I'm gonna try to do it Sunday night, but it depends on how my voice holds up. But in the meantime, I'm going to be having some discussions probably tomorrow. So you can look forward to that. I really am going to be more active because that was in the plans before um, all of that, losing my voice and being so terribly hoarse happened. I hope you enjoy my music too. It's really soothing, and I'm really enjoying it myself. I am really enjoying this music. So I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I will be back with you soon. I wish you peace, love, and light always.